Original bad man, you don't know.
It's fake kills.
Standard. Body smoking like a cigarette. Oh no.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Bridget. Well, if you haven't subscribed, it's the red button down there. Ensure that you click on the red button, and if you click on the bell sign, you get notification whenever I post my vlogs. You guys, I don't know if you click on the description under this video here, there's a box there. Please ensure that you always click on it, because I always put a lot of stuff there. I am a book lover, but because our lives are so busy in this part of the world, a lot of people don't find time to read. So I've devised a way to read, and it's one book a month. So I'm starting my book club, and I will be announcing more details about it later. So click on the description box below, please, to see the book for April. This is the book for April. This is the book we are reading for April. Naija no dey carry last. If you haven't read it, make sure you get it, and then we'll talk about it later. The one I read for March was, this book is a life-changing book. You need to read it. I am telling you, it will change your outlook about life. Please get this book and read it. It is a fantastic book. I'm still looking for an opportunity to tell you guys about it, and what I intend to do in the coming months is to meet up with anybody that cares to join my reading club. We'll meet up like once in a month and discuss the book and possibly vlog it. It will be interesting. Let's try and read. If you're on the train, you're on the bus, instead of being on the phone, on social media all the time, please read. Reading changes life. It changes mentality. It changes so many perspectives that you have. Reading is one of the most significant ways to change your thinking and your approach to life. Social media cannot do it. Anyway, you're welcome to today's vlog. If you have a problem with your either spouse, your marriages or relationship breakdown, and as a woman, because you feel hurt, you feel broken, and you feel deceived, or whatever way you feel, you decide to use your children or your child as a weapon to fight your battles, it is very, very dangerous. You know, in Nigeria, they do 2 Mother's Day. They do the Church of England's one, which is the one we celebrate here in England, and the American one, which is the Catholic one that you guys in America celebrate. So in Nigeria, we do both. You know, we are all jack of all trade. So, Madam Tonto Dikeh now, the Nigerian actress, very controversial Nigerian actress, she took to her Instagram now to celebrate Mother's Day. And this is what she wrote. She said, "Happy Mother's Day to me. Being a mother has been by far the best thing that ever happened to me. And having you, my baby boy King, Andre Dikeh, has been my greatest blessing." And as you know, Nigerians don't mind their business. So they decide to help her to mind her business for her. Apropos, people decide to jump in. And to be honest, usually, you know, some people can be very, very offensive in, you know, replies to celebrity comments and things like that. But I didn't think that this guy meant it as an offense. And this is what this person said. She said, "I acknowledge your love for your child, but one mistake you are making is trying to shun your son from his father. You can't do that forever. A time will come where he will not even need your advice to see his father. Imagine this memory you made from this album you created with him, and even you created with him and you, without one memory of his father. Are you saying there weren't times when you had a good time in that marriage? Stop hurting your son by denying him of the love of his father. If you love your son as a mother who genuinely loves her son, then allow his father into his life once in a while. This is from a heart who truly admires your kind of person. But on this issue, what you are doing is not healthy for your child as a mother. In the spirit of this Mother's Day celebration, please think about it." So, like I said, I think this is coming from a good place. It's not offensive, it's not rude, it's quite respectful in the way that this person has put the comment, the advice that she gave Tonto. Then Tonto Dikeh, who claims to be a prophetess or a born-again Christian, went off the hook and decided to lay it into this person. And this is what she said. "Are you okay? Why didn't you ask the bisexual deadbeat father of my son why he couldn't spare a minute to take pics with his second born child, or an American embassy that denied him visa due to fraud records to come do photo shoots with his son. Just shut up your mouth. I'm financially responsible for this boy, so I will decide what names he answers. The idiot can go to court if he wishes. This is my son, and I will do whatever I damn please. And not a single soul on earth, born of a woman, can do shit. Then she went on again. She has not finished though. You people are sick in the head for questioning me about my son's name. She said, hold up. Any of your F help me help me push this baby? And is it your V or D that are expanded? Any of you pay all his goddamn bills? If the answer is no, you are a glorified idiot. Hashtag my child who came from my body. Worry about yourself. King Andre Dikeh. Then she went on to say, don't ever F with me. No man born of a woman can tell me what to do or what not to do. Keep your baseless advice to yourself. Oh, Tonto. So, Tonto Dikeh is a believer. You know, everybody in Nigeria is a believer. Everybody in Nigeria. When you see people putting very nasty comments on social media and you go and check their page, you will see the first thing they write is child of God, believer. Nigeria has given believer a different interpretation. I'm telling you guys. Yeah, the way that their relationship happened was all like a whirlwind. It happened so quickly. 1 minute, Tonto Dikeh was all over the place, you know, showcasing how much she was in love with this guy and everything, you know. Traditional marriage. Next thing, abuse, you know, other things started coming out. I'm not even going to go into all that, you know. But what I want to go into, what I want to really focus on is the fact that, you know, she appears to be using her son, you know, as a weapon in this very, very nasty fight she's having with her ex-husband, which is not good at all. And I see a lot of women do this when relationships break down and, you know, things go really, really bad. Some women feel cheated. They feel, you know, that, you know, they've been hurt and they've been wounded. And, you know, when a woman is wounded, they say hell has no fury like a woman scorned. She will go to any length, you know, for revenge. But I mean, this is not the way to go about it. This is really not the way, because actually what that person, what that young person, who I assume is a young person, was saying to Tonto Dikeh is quite good advice coming from a stranger. Looking at that comment, she made some very good points. She said, you are creating memories with your son, but you are removing the dad from his life and you've changed his name. Now, in Nigeria, where Tonto Dikeh comes from, once you are married, the custom and the tradition expects you to take the name of your husband, which she happily did when things were going well. So the son would have automatically taken the father's name. But the minute the relationship went south, Tonto Dikeh decided to change the name of the son, which I believe strongly that is wrong. Because the fact that your relationship has crumbled has nothing to do with that boy. You shouldn't mess his identity up by changing his name. The relationship is between you and his dad. A relationship between him and his dad is completely different. His father-son relationship. Your own is husband-wife relationship, which didn't work. Yeah, it happens. It's life. But I don't think you should go crazy and start changing children's names, saying that, oh, I'm financially responsible for my child. Oh, the child that I gave birth to, stretched my body. How many children you don't born? Where stretch your body, stretch your womb, stretch everything. Wait, this girl is such a drama queen. How many? Only one picking. Now we no go hear word. Just one. What about women that have 5, that have 6? I'm not saying that men shouldn't take responsibility for their children even when the relationship breaks down. It is very, very important that you as a man, even if your marriage does not work or your relationship does not work, you must at least financially cater for your children. It is very, very important. And that's all I've always preached on this channel. I always advocate for, women to have financial support, and as well as the children to have emotional support from their dad, because trust me, children need both parents to grow up to be balanced adults, whether you like it or not. They do. They need the dad and the mom. And even if they don't live in the same household, they need to know that there's a father somewhere, that can talk to them. Even if the man doesn't want to do it. As a mature woman, you should encourage it, or at least create the environment for it to happen. Not by lashing out and calling him names. Why you're calling him bisexual? He wasn't bisexual when you married him and you were doing love. Then all of a sudden, now this same mouth that you were using to praise him and call him all sorts of names, is the sugar in your tea, the pepper in your stew and everything. All of a sudden now he's bisexual. Even if it was, is it from your mouth they will hear it? Are you even thinking about your own child? How this is going to impact on your child negatively? I don't know if the man wants to be in the son's life or not, or maybe he doesn't care. I don't know their relationship, what it's like. But from the hostility that I can see from Tonto on just ordinary comments, ordinary comments when this person put for her page, the way she unleashed, you will know that even if the guy wanted to have a relationship, I don't think she's going to allow it. And then what's up with all the changing of name? What was that? Why are you changing the boy's name to go and answer? And okay, now only you come born now. Are you the one that had this spam? You're not the one that had this man now. The man had an input. You were married. So now the child is growing up with your father's name. If he goes to school and sees that every other child in his class is answering their father's name, but he is answering the mother's name, which is the cultural thing that we do in Nigeria. In other cultures, it's not a big deal. Some women, I have a Sierra Leonean friend who had 2 children, answer her name. It's not. She said to me, that's the way she chose it. I don't know what their culture it is in Sierra Leone, but in Nigeria, children generally answer their father's name. So, how do you think it's going to impact on the child when the child now says that every other child is answering their father's name, but he is answering the mother's name? You will start questioning. And all this negative energy and hostility, drama on social media, is not going to help that boy. It's not going to help him. Tonto puts this boy on social media every day. He has a page of his own. You are posting him if the boy is breathing, you are taking picture and posting. If he's eating, what is all this? You are the celebrity. The child is not a celebrity. He didn't ask for it. He's a child. Allow him to be a child, to grow up. I'm just going to summarize by saying that if you are a woman out there, please, I'm begging you, not for your sake, for your children's sake, to do right by your children. I know the man did you wrong. I know that you feel really hurt, but don't allow your children be the tool that you use to fight this battle, because it doesn't always end well. I'm telling you. My mom used to tell me something when I was young, that you don't tell negative things about father and father's family to your child, because my mom would never tell me anything about my father's family. I had this very wicked uncle when we were growing up. Very wicked uncle, my father's brother. Every time, this man was always, making trouble for my mom. Making trouble for my mom, all because she was jealous of my mom's success. Because my mom was such a very successful businesswoman who built a house that he couldn't build. He had a mud house. And when my mom was going to build that house, my mom wanted to go and build it in her own parents' compound. But my dad said no. So my dad gave my mom a piece of land near his house to build. Since that day, my mom did not have peace. This is my uncle who had a mud house. Hey, nothing he didn't do. But I noticed that even though my mom was fighting a lot of battle with my uncle, she would never say anything to us about it. Except we witness it. Even when we witness it, she would try to, downplay it to us. I keep asking her, I say, why don't you tell us what the issues are? She would say, no, you don't tell things like that. It is when, I grew up and I became an adult, I realized that what my mom was trying to do was, she didn't want us to have a negative, perception, a negative view about my father's family. Even though this wasn't my father, this was my father's stepbrother. I learned from that experience with my mom that, you know, whatever it is that happens between you and your husband and your husband's family, you need to keep it away from the children. Don't call your children down, start telling them negative things or nasty things about their father, calling him name olori buruku, you know, abusing your ex, because your children are going to have a very bad, you know, they will grow up hating him and probably hating men. The way children process things is different from the way adults process things. So you need to be very careful to make sure that you are not, you are suffering for these children, yeah, but let your suffering not be in vain by ruining them emotionally, by teaching them things that will affect their development and their growth, because you want to get back at your ex. To start saying, oh, your dad is a useless man, he's a good for nothing man, this is what he did to me, this is what he did to me. You don't do that. You never do that. So women, please, I'm just going to leave it here. Don't do it, oh. It's very, very dangerous. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Just make sure that, do your best. If the man doesn't want to be involved, that's a different thing. But if he wants to, do not stop him. Allow him to have a relationship with his child, because it will be good for that child's growth and development. I've spoken my truth. And yeah, you have the comment section to leave your comments, and I will talk to you guys in my next one. Thanks for watching. I love you. Bye bye.